Yes.
The pressure. Welcome back to the filler episode of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Elias.
And me, Robert, the filler Robert.
Filler Robert. In collaboration with 21 Draw, if you want to up your artistic superpowers that I've always said so fast and well.
If you want to up your superpowers.
Of art.
Yes.
Art.
Swelling bicep of artistic madness.
Exactly.
There you go.
Fuel your artistic ego with art skills.
21 Draw.
Draw.
Draw.com. So with that said.
Exactly. This is recorded straight after the previous episode of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast.
Which could be anyone.
Any episode.
Anything.
Yeah.
Episolo.
That is the test episode of the Sketchbook Heroes podcast.
That was so good.
The episolo.
Fuck. I wish Han Solo or Solo was good enough to make an episode to be named.
That would have been awesome.
Solo.
Yeah, and that would have been our first episode 2 years before it came out.
But thankfully it was a shitty movie and nobody ever remembers it. So
it wasn't even shitty so that I could say that it was shit. I just watched it. I went out. I was like,
Exactly. It was like
nothing. It wasn't like I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just like it didn't happen. I just went in there and then I came out with popcorn and I was like, I ate these. Like, I was in there.
What happened?
There was a movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like.
Yeah, it was a meh without the M. So
exactly.
It's more like
And I hadn't seen Game of Thrones yet. So I couldn't like really just like I knew she was in Game of Thrones. Clark, the chick. The chick is from the dragon mom thing chick. She's in it.
Oh yeah. See? That's how much
Emilia
I forgot.
Clarke, that's her name.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother of Dragons.
Mother of Dragons. She was in it. And
shit. I totally forgot.
That and Woody Harrelson is all I'm taking with me. And none of it was good. But yeah.
I did like the design of the
ending.
No, the chick, the like the bad guy chick. She had like
I don't remember.
Yeah, she had a cool helmet on. Anyways.
Cool.
But it was all very predictable. With that said, intro, go,
intro,
go,
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 go, go, go, go, go, intro, intro.
Intro.
Go, go, intro. Save us from this horrible intro.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero pick up and sketchbook hero. They don't seem to have any line.
Intro Rangers.
Then why didn't you?
Because you said
Intro.
save us.
Oh no.
What is that? Do you have fucking like marbles in your bag?
No, I thought.
The thing is, every time we do stuff and you like hear them in the headphones, but when you listen to the episode, they're not fucking
No,
there.
I know.
Like,
It's so
never,
loud. It's so loud right now.
It's like when you're like when I hear your stomach, it's just like.
There hasn't been anything.
But
today.
never in an episode. Yeah, I know that's weird.
I hear it in the episode.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Maybe I'm just not. I wish that was super loud. I like it. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. Maybe in the future.
Coke break.
So yeah, hope you're all doing awesome. I had a great week, whatever week that was, since this is the filler episode.
Oh, it's another one of
I'm
those.
just going to pretend that life has been awesome. I've been super busy with things.
Yeah, I made so much money.
Probably tired.
No, Elias. Never tired again.
So
yeah, me too. Yeah. Great week, great weekend, great movies and great
And stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the new things on Netflix.
Oh,
the
those
things?
new things. Yeah.
Cool.
Did you see that new
yeah,
thing?
Yeah, I loved it.
So
Loved
good.
both
So
that
fucking good.
and the other new thing that
Oh, yeah.
like that movie. You know, with the guy that plays in that
I
other
don't know
movie.
if I saw that movie.
Okay,
though.
well, you should have because it was
Oh, yeah?
really good. Yeah.
Is it on
was-
Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Cool. Cool.
Cool. So with the formalities out of the way.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
We're talking about wasting time like we just did.
So this episode is right up our alley.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. It's the art of wasting time, basically.
Love it.
With the sketchbook heroes.
That's us. Yes.
Exactly.
Me,
Talking
Robert.
shit between your ear holes.
Yes, ear holes. That was my thing
I
this
liked
morning.
it. Yeah, I
actually.
liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yes.
I was like, that was more fun than my thing.
You always say that. My thing.
But it's always the other person's thing is more fun than
Yeah,
your thing.
exactly,
No
yeah.
matter what it is. Like, oh, he bought a new TV. His TV is better than my TV. And then
Exactly.
you're like, I don't
And
know.
then you go
It's
home
a-
and you're like, forget about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think I could fit a bigger TV or better
So-
TV into my TV room.
And there you go.
Yeah.
And now with that said, we wasted a little more time.
Of course.
But yeah, I think this episode is basically about like, I don't know, like wasting time, procrastinating. Yeah. And also like how much fucking
Yeah, how much fucking?
can you get into this? Fuck, I totally lost it now. I just lost. My brain just locked up. No, but how much like creative juice can you put into a day or a week or like a period of time?
Yeah.
And
And
Is-
also
when-
looking,
yeah.
I want to know, like, looking back and remembering how we used to be and comparing that to now also.
like
Like,
how far back you talking?
just like when we actually were active.
Yeah.
Mostly speaking of myself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's different. Like, because I feel that, like, on occasion, I get super productive, but that productiveness also gives me sort of like the land. Like, I need to land and sort of like recharge,
Yeah.
which makes Instagram terrible.
Yes. It really
It's not
does.
a great Instagram strategy.
No, it really kills a lot, I think. And you get stuck in there too. So it's not just like you scroll for 5 minutes. It's like once you get into it, it's like the rabbit hole thing again, and you scroll a bit and you find this artist or this page which shares artists, and you go in, you check
No,
that
I never
thing,
do
and
that.
then you
Fuck that. Yeah, I've stopped that.
No, I do
I
that.
just can't. No. I just like, I check the few posts at the top, like if I do, and just like them because they're my friends or people that I like, just support.
Yeah.
And then I might look up a few names like, oh shit, I haven't seen like Matt do anything, or like I haven't seen Robert.
I
like-
never do that though. That's
no,
I think-
I do that instead because I just can't. Like I'll scroll sometimes just to see what's up, just like see if there's anything from my favorite people, and then I just look some people up, or like, I wonder if this person, and then just look them up, and then I just post my own stuff. I'm active that hour, and then I'll just do stories. But even the stories are very like sometimes I just do a couple, after each other, and then I just don't post the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Because I suck. But I think it's also about managing time, like I've put so much time into Instagram and I never feel like I get the same amount of thing back.
No.
And I'm not talking about you guys not liking enough. It's like I don't want to waste time arguing with the algorithm.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do my thing.
It's a losing battle.
Yeah, no, but I'll keep being active, in the way that I am. But my strategies say post, reply, leave.
Yeah.
Come back, add a story. There are any comments? You can, if you have time, do them or take them later. Just
Yeah, just double check that you're, replying and being a social person.
Yeah,
as
but I
much.
won't do it, all the time. I won't go in to see if I got a comment. Because the only thing I have active on my phone when it comes to Instagram is just the comments.
Okay.
And sometimes, I usually get them, most of the comments within the hour that I posted.
Yeah.
And then the post basically just dies. So I don't have to worry about being spammed all the time. So I find it's a good way to not get like overwhelmed, because some people, I've seen them have like likes on. Are you insane?
Yeah, no. I finally managed to get all of that like sorted out because you've been saying this pretty much since we started the podcast, and every time I tried to go into the settings and really like get it to work, it never did.
Okay,
like it was a little bit too complicated for my simple brain. Now I finally have that figured out. So now it's only comments and messages.
Yeah, that's what I have as well, because that never gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just mute the group for a while, you know, like I don't remember if Instagram has like
I should do that.
time. No, because sometimes it's just too much and you just like, no.
Yeah. No, we have, because we're like 7 artists in the tattoo shop, plus like the owners.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, and there's always something to say, or always some stupid meme,
Oh, shit.
or
Yeah,
always,
yeah,
you know. So it's just like constantly, and it's just emptying my phone of batteries.
Yeah, it just lights up.
Yeah. So, no, but my phone is really shitty now, anyways. Like, I need an upgrade. Like, maybe you get like your new TV system and all that, and I just get a
And
new
you'll
phone.
buy a phone that's way more expensive than my January.
Exactly.
TV.
God damn it. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy a new phone, but I really should.
But
So,
do you
yeah.
have like a, what do you call it? Like a, not subscription, but the, you know, whatever they're called, the things.
For the phone,
Yeah. Did you buy it cash or did you, you know, have a...
no, I
What
had
the fuck do you call that? Like,
abonnement.
yeah, in English.
A subscription? No, not
No. They're called...
a plan.
Yeah, a plan.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I had that, but then the phone is already paid for.
Okay. So now it's just running.
now
yeah,
it's
but then
just-
you can change it and just pay for the... You use the same like monthly thing
Yeah,
plus the
but
phone.
then
You
but
add the phone to it.
it's gonna be pretty fucking expensive, anyways.
Yes, I
and-
looked it up as well. It's just like...
I don't know when we're airing this episode, but during these times, I don't feel like I have that type of money to
No,
toss
I get it.
around.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
yeah, I'll wait. It's all right.
I feel you.
I'm okay with it. But all right, so that was
But yeah,
another procrastination. Yeah.
Another derail.
The derail and the
No,
procrastination.
but I'm just thinking that like for creating a lot of stuff. For example, last year I did a lot of from October onwards. I think I drew for like at least like 50, 60 days straight, you know, like something basically like on a daily I posted stuff.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I just like, you know, like it's just too
But
much.
I think you just automatically reach that point where
Yeah.
you just
I need to do
can't be
something
fucked
else.
anymore. You know?
Yeah, no, but you just need
Yeah,
to do
but
something
in a
else,
way,
yeah.
you know. But you also, like you said, you need to touch down and land and sort of refuel. It's super important. And I think because we had such a long ass period of creating so much for such like years, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Like now the landing sessions are a lot longer.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Or that's what I feel like.
I think
maybe it is old age.
I wouldn't feel like that if it wasn't for social media. I feel like social media is one of those fucking counters that tells you like, oh, you've been on a break for this long. Now you're only going to get this amount of likes.
Exactly.
You know, that thing.
It punishes you in
yeah,
a way.
yeah, for taking a break.
Yeah.
That is healthy.
It's being a bitchy ex-girlfriend.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, I'm just
I
kidding.
can't connect those dots.
No, I know. But that's this podcast. Like, I have a thing in my brain. Thought, go! And then like,
Thing in brain,
oh.
out! Yes.
And then as soon as it leaves, you're like, oh,
No
oh,
takebacks.
Go back.
But yeah, no, it's... Instagram can be a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
No. It can definitely be that. And that's why, for example, my Instagram is doing super poorly.
Yeah.
Like compared to how it did just a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. Like, I think
that's the most important thing also.
I just don't
Like,
give a fuck. I'll post when I have something. I'll
Yeah.
do a couple of stories because there's a lot of people interacting with the stories, and I'm fine with that. Like, it's fun.
You have your finger on like the social media pulse a lot better than I do. Have you talked to anybody else about this? And like, what does the rest of the artistic community think about the new algorithm and how are they affected? Do you know?
But I think everyone's affected in the sense that they're fighting the algorithm.
But are people giving up in the same way we are? Not giving up, but you mean like not giving a fuck, I guess? Or like going
No.
frozen on the bitch?
No.
No?
No, I don't think so. Like, not
Are they
from
like
the-
trying to produce even more and be more active? Because
I think a lot of people feel that it's a losing battle. Like, I'm just like, I haven't really done any research and gotten, like, these people said this. It's just the general feel is that people just are tired of it. But I don't know how many are to the point where we are. Like, I think I have a healthier relationship with Instagram today than I've had ever.
same,
And
100%.
like, it's not going that badly, like, but it is going worse than before.
Yeah.
But it's going better than before that. You know what I mean? Like, it's what the fuck do you compare? They've changed things that are affecting the way that things are viewed.
Yeah.
But I'm trying not to take that up on myself or like trying to.
It's like, it's not your fault.
No,
And,
it
you know,
isn't. And
because you're not really doing anything that differently than you
No.
used to, other than maybe posting less.
yeah. And I feel that I'm not getting enough back from Instagram for me to invest the amount of time that I did before.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm going to do the thing that I'm doing. It's doing fairly okay anyway. And I just like, it's more fun now because now I don't have to give a fuck,
But so,
Because Instagram hasn't generated that much for me lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just use it to stay active and visible. But
yeah.
yeah. No.
So no, I'm just thinking because like, if we take it back to when we started the podcast,
Mhm.
that's sort of, for me at least, when I was pretty much most active on social
Yeah,
media
okay,
in
yeah.
general.
Mhm.
So what was the biggest difference between then and now? And why have we reached the point of, I'm not giving a fuck about this anymore? Like, so when did that happen?
Monetization for like when Instagram started getting wanting to like when Facebook basically bought Instagram and they started implementing changes like the non-chronological. Yeah. When they started messing with that stuff and you weren't
Chronological.
seeing, because I followed on my old account like maybe 1,400 people and shit started getting complicated. And then you didn't see any of the art. Because, the best thing about the old time, it was like sometimes I didn't see these people, but then they popped up randomly, every now and then. And you could appreciate basically everyone you followed eventually. You didn't see every post they made,
No.
but you kept getting reminded that they existed when they managed to pop up, when you logged in.
Yeah.
And then you were like, oh shit, yeah, I haven't seen anything. And then you went in and liked, their latest 5 posts that you missed or 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Now that's not a thing anymore.
No.
Or like after the change. And it started just, I feel that Instagram, with the changes that they've made, also made it, you need to invest more time in the app. And for me, investing more time in the app means not creating enough stuff.
Exactly.
And I don't want that. Like, I don't enjoy that. I think
That is a waste of time.
it is a waste of time.
That you could
especially-
be
yeah.
creative and have fun doing new art pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and also my art isn't the type of art that is drawing big crowds. Like, it's a hit and miss for me. Whereas some people have that we've talked about before, where their art resonates so well with basically
Everyone.
80%
Yeah.
of the people out there. And then it's going to be way easier. And I'm not like it's good for those people. Like, I'm really happy that it's like that it's that
working.
effortless for
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
because it takes off a lot of the stress for you as well, and gives you another type of stress, I guess.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't know.
You need to manage that, I guess. But I think, like, how much time do you want to invest, and what is the payout for the investment that you put in?
Yeah.
Because
And-
I've been doing this since 2012, I think, like Instagram.
Yep.
And I wasn't doing it well back then when the possibility to grow was like easier and more organic than it is now.
Yeah.
I just like posted and left, and then like, oh, hashtags, yeah, I'll do that, and then you just did too.
Yeah.
And that didn't help either. You know what I mean? Like for a couple of years, I just didn't know what I was doing, and then later on, I was like, oh, there's strategies to this, or like
Exactly.
without like follow for follow and shit like that. I was always against that stuff. But I just think it's just now like, what do you want to invest your time in? Because with time, I have less time or more time, however you want to see it, do
that's how it goes.
that stuff. Yeah. So, and I think I have like 3 Instagram accounts or 4. I don't know. What is it? Our podcast, my old workout one that I use sparingly.
Constantine.
That's never talk about that one. Yeah. And then Ilya's Pathless and the artwork of, which is my old account.
Oh, yeah.
That I was going to turn into the podcast one instead, but we can't. So moving on from that. Because I think that would have been just better, and then we could have killed one account.
Yeah.
It would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
So now I have 2 accounts that I don't use, and then the 2 that we do use sparingly. But I just feel that I want to invest my time smarter than I ever did before. So if people don't like, if the algorithm doesn't like deem my art, like interesting enough, I am fine with that. I'm going to keep posting it because I find that Instagram for some people is a great way to digest your work. Yeah. And eventually it'll lead somewhere for me. Like I can refer to it easily, and it's a thing that a lot of people have. But so I think it's a time saver in the sense that, oh, where can I see your work? So instead of sending them to a website they'll never use again, I'll send them to Instagram that they use daily. Yeah. So that's my idea of why I still use Instagram. And there's still like potential to,
maybe somebody's going to see it. Maybe he's going to reshare it.
But that's not why I use it. I use it because it's the platform that everyone's hanging out on. So if that is my main reason. It's so much easier to show all the collected work without clutter, or they having to like, oh, I'll open this page and then I have to backspace and then I'll go to this. Like they don't have to. It's all just swipey and they can see all my work. Yeah. It's easy. Like it's accessible. Yeah. And that's why I think it's valuable. And I don't say that you shouldn't invest in that, but manage your time. Because I am a big fucking procrastinator as well. Like in most things in my life.
But it's also, again, I think I'm going to keep bringing up old age because I feel old. But I feel that comes with age as well. Like we have other stuff we prioritize now when we have a spare moment. Whereas a couple of years ago, it was more important for me to draw something new every day. Yeah. And now I'm so okay with just drawing something new like once or maybe once every second week, not even once a week. Like, I don't know if it's because I've become lazy, sick and tired of social media in general, or a genuine lack of inspiration and motivation. It might have been just because we're just coming out of sort of the dark ages of Swedish winter. That might change something as well. Like now the sun is coming out, we're heading into spring, summer. Maybe I'll get more energy. Maybe I want to create more then. Who knows? But comparing now to when we started the podcast, it's night and day. Back then, Instagram was super important. I had almost a routine.
When did we start the podcast? What year? 16, 17? I don't remember.
15 or 16? I think 16.
16, I think, yeah. Because I had notes here from 2016.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 16.
Holy dicks.
I know.
How has it been?
We're old. That's what I'm saying. But
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But it's really interesting, and I'm just trying to dive back into my mindset and what I was thinking back then. But it's so hard for me to access. I don't know what I was thinking. It was just sort of an automatic thing. It just happened without me focusing any energy on actually doing it. Yeah. I just did it. Yeah. And it was really just about creating new content and exploring my poster style and all of this stuff.
But it was fun back then.
It was
as
so
well.
much more fun back then.
It was so
in a way.
relaxed. Like I think I got like 120 likes on a post at the most, you know, for a
you know,
lot. And
that's
I
where
didn't
I'm
care.
at now.
But I didn't care
No.
back then because it was a different
Exactly.
thing. People were commenting. People were like I got 10 comments. I was like, whoa, you know. And it's like now it's just like, oh, I haven't seen your work in weeks, you know, like for no reason. Whereas then I could pop up, you know, eventually on people's feed, even if they hadn't seen like my latest 3 pieces, they saw my 4th one.
Yeah.
Now it feels like you're not even in the game because of the algorithm working in the way that it does. You know,
Like I'm not blaming the algorithm because for me, my Instagrams are not that big or popular, and I've never been big or popular on Instagram, so I can't relate to having 10,000 or more followers, and I don't know what that's like. I'd never hardly even reach 10 comments on a post. So for me, it's just I see the number of likes, and it's pretty much the same. It was just because I remember vividly, when I started using Instagram, back in the day, I reached 29 likes on a post, and I was like, holy shit!
20 motherfucking
Almost 30 people liked this fucking thing. That was the biggest thing. And now you get 1,500 likes on a thing, and you're like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's so weird. It's because I compare it to somebody winning the lottery, and they go from living in a one-room apartment, eating noodles every fucking day, having a good life, to all of a sudden having, more than enough money and living in a penthouse and having the Ferrari and everything. But they're just more miserable almost because now they have everything that they could ever want. So there's nothing left to fight for. So, I don't want to reach super instant fame. I'm happier being in the lower ranks fighting to get up. If I had that energy, which I don't now, but
but I think that even people that are higher up are trying to fight their way up. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Even if you have 50K,
yeah. Even
so you're trying to reach
50K,
the million.
Yeah, exactly. You're just going for the 100K, and then you're going for the 200K. You keep.
But are they as hungry? Is what I want to know. Are you as hungry now? Because you did
have a lot. It's just
you did that, miraculous thing, which is very strange for, I think, everybody to understand. Maybe you should talk about that. Why did you change and sort of go from your really popular one with over 10, what's it, 11K? How?
11.6, I think, was the highest I got. Or I got to, I think, 11.7, and then it kept going down, and then I got 4 followers, and then it went down. It was that thing.
But, I mean, you still had over 10,000 followers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you decided to sort of, I mean, you didn't scrap it, but...
I think this podcast killed that account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when I was working on this, I had 4 months where I was just posting maybe once a month or something. And it wasn't content that I was drawing. It was basically research for this podcast and questions or something. And then as soon as we launched the podcast, no response on that account.
Really?
It was just dead. And I was like, what are these 11.6 thousand people doing?
Yeah.
And it was and just at that shift is when the algorithm was changed to the and the chronological order was scrapped.
Okay.
So when I got back, I was like, what? Below 100, likes.
Yeah.
On hours, not the first hour. It's just that's what you get.
When you should normally be at least 1,000.
Yeah, exactly. First hour, 20, 25, 30 likes.
God.
Which is such a weird thing for an 11.6 thousand account or 7, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember. It's just weird, man. It's just, and I was like, okay. And then I kept going, and eventually, sometimes it went good, and then it just wouldn't go well. and it went on for quite some time. And then I was just like, okay, fuck it, I'll just scrap this account. It feels like everyone that follows this account isn't really active, or I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to create this second account and then take my name over to that one before Instagram put a new thing that you can't change your name, or like it stays locked for 15 days so people can't steal it. But it's super hard to change accounts now. But I did it just before that, I guess, and that account did so well. Like, first post, it was like 500 likes. I was like, what? But I think it's because everyone started following that one.
And they wanted to show appreciation.
And it was, and out of the 11.7 thousand people, I got 1,000 to come over. That's it.
But that, again, algorithm,
definitely. And I posted several times after that, and it's like I've never gotten more followers over. It's the 1,000 that I got. And it's basically
crazy.
like it's you, my mom, my girlfriend or wife now, but girlfriend back then, and like Thomas, Philip, like Phillips, and just like William, and just like the gang basically, plus some like followers that I've had for years, but the rest, like 10,000 point something, nothing. So. But I was still like, everyone was engaging so much and asking questions and, like stuff about my decision. I'm like, why the fuck did you start over? You were on. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I just felt that it was just 11.7 of nothing. Whereas now I have like 300 followers and I have 500 likes because you guys are here.
Yeah.
And then that 300 people, because it started off slow still, like, but I think like within the first week I reached about 1,000, and that's pretty good, I think, algorithm wise. But then it stopped, like dead and hard, and then it started doing you have 1,103 followers, and then no, you have 1,098 followers, and then it start going down. Then you got like 5 new ones. And then you lost 3, and then you got a couple, and then you just kept doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And also my posts after the maybe 6th or 7th post, Instagram just like, duh, Choookity, motherfucker, and it just like started like doing poorly again. Because I think the 4th post, maybe 5th, I got like 4,700 likes. Ooh. I was like, what? And fuck? It's the most that I've gotten on anything. And then it just, like, at least back then, on this new fucking account. and then I just kept posting, and it just kept getting, like these high amounts. And then suddenly, just like, you got 140. I was like, what? And then I posted another one. Okay, you get 168. And then, like, oh, no, you get 120. And it just started doing that again. And I was like, something has happened here. Like, Instagram algorithm has judged my content to be something, or because of my popularity, it's like, this guy is using a thing, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Like, it deemed me as a spam bot or something. I don't know. And then that account slowed down. So I was on 1,000, 500 or something, and it didn't move. Like, it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. Like, for the 5 you got, you lost 5, basically, all the time. And then we had I had the account for a year, and I think I managed to get up to like 2,000. And then we had Inktober of last year.
2019.
Yeah, exactly. Where I just like, hey, I'm going to do something that I know. And then Explosion.
Michael Bay the fuck out
4,000 followers within that month.
Yeah.
Just like, what?
But that was really cool. Like, it was so fun to see you, like, well, first of all, it was so fun to see you actually produce that much. It was, and it became like its own little story in itself. Like,
somewhat.
Yeah. It was really nice, but also nice to see the engagement, and it just kept growing.
It was so fun. Yeah, dude. It was like 5,500, 6,000. 4,000, 3,500, like every post. And then in February 5, I think, when I was in London, like I was there February 4th, and I posted. It was like 1,000 something because like Inktober was over, so I was getting like 1,000-ish likes, like what I expected to get, after that like crazy amount of likes, and then suddenly February 5th, nothing has changed.
100.
nothing.
That's insane.
And then it just kept, like, I was always on 100 something. Like, I couldn't get past the 200, or I got past the 200 and it was like 213. And then I was just like, this is not worth the investment you put in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's rather just create content, post it, reply to your friends, move on.
Yeah.
You don't have content? Fuck it. Let the account die. And then, because like, even when it's going well and you're keeping people on the platform, the only reward you'll get feels like at some point it'll reset. That's what it feels like. And I was like, okay, I'll just like not use my time there. I'll just have it. I can redirect people to it and then use it more as this is what I do for you to easily access.
Exactly.
Because I never, like, if someone sends me their portfolio, I'll never look at it. Like, except the time that I look at it. But then I'd rather just have it on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, just your art.
Yeah.
Because it's
more
just,
honest in a way.
Yeah, but it's also just easier. Like, accessibility is super important to me. That's why I like iPads. Like, I never have to turn the iPad on.
No,
it's just
always on.
And the pen is always nearby it. Like, there's no like, oh, now I have to find the... No, it's right there. It's
right
just there.
Yeah.
It's all just there. So accessibility for me is a big time saver. And that's why I moved away from computers a lot and then went for
the pad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel you on the pad. And
young Padawan. iPadawan, I mean.
iPadawan. But do you think we are witnessing the slow death of Instagram?
Not even close.
No?
No.
You don't think like TikTok or something like that is slowly taking over?
Nope, because Instagram is doing what TikTok does, and then they just implement it themselves, like in a new way. Because I hate TikTok. Like, I use it.
I don't even have the app.
I have a TikTok, and it's the same username that I always use. But the only thing that I do there is just keep an eye on my daughter. That people don't harass her or do weird things. And I post, a couple of my videos, the making of thing. And that's it. And it's basically just to see what's happening. But I hadn't, like, we talked about TikTok just the other day. And I was like, oh, yeah, I have that. And then I hadn't checked it for 2 months. Like, last year, you checked TikTok once.
Nice.
So I don't use it that often.
But no.
But it's just that.
It just feels like, well, normally when we fall into stuff like this, or when you can feel like something is dying or that we're not giving as much fuck about something.
There's a new generation, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's
doing what we did back then. So I think the kids today are going to be way worse on the platforms than we ever were. Like,
what way do you mean?
Mentally, like how they let themselves be consumed by it. I think we got into it fairly late. Yeah. So now we're getting kind of sick of it because we saw the glory days, whereas the kids get into it. They get into it when it sucked. Yeah. We did this before it was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it wasn't like, it wasn't just about making money.
No,
Instagram money, Facebook money.
There was no ads when we started.
Exactly. And now it's basically ads every fourth or fifth post. Yeah. Which I don't mind personally because I don't scroll through the feed.
No, I'm one of those idiots that like.
Okay, no.
I always press like I see this way too often, and all of that.
I don't care. I don't waste my time. Just fuck that shit. And also, I've actually some of the things that I've seen there has been good stuff.
Oh
yeah. Sometimes.
Okay.
Like it's just like, oh yeah, this is cool. I'll check it out. Like it might be just like, this HP computer, and I was like, ooh, or this HP screen, or like a like something that I personally have an interest in, like a tech thing or something.
Well, of course, your phone is listening to you all the time,
All the
anyways.
time,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
So
of course.
it shows me good stuff.
And
No.
for some reason, I get
The
ads.
porn, right?
Yeah, all the
like-
porn. I don't
all
even
the
talk
porn.
about porn. I only scroll through it.
Yeah,
Like I don't know how my phone knows.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
never said anything about porn. No, I only get like ads for, like, it's weird, but it's a store that sells sort of Chinese-inspired clothing.
What?
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
you know
don't get
those
those.
Jet Li shirts that we
Yeah,
always wanted.
Exactly. Have you ever talked about or like
No,
Googled any of that shit?
no,
Okay,
not
just
at all.
as okay, now we got stuck on. This is how you waste time on social media.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
it's
get
still
like a
wasting
lot
time.
of school stuff, just like and work stuff actually on Instagram. Okay, so my first one here is sponsored. Help us keep the distance. Okay, so this is a restaurant, like order takeout but stay away, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like, and then Tradera, which is the eBay of Sweden, or is it eBay? Yeah, it's eBay, right?
My first one was Claritin, nässpray. So
What is this then? Oh yeah,
it's what's it called? Pollen. It's
Ah,
like pollen
yeah.
season now. And I actually did talk about pollen like yesterday. So scary again. Ooh, Nitrous, you son of a bitch.
He drew something cool.
Collaboration with Hydro. No fucking way.
That is awesome.
Oh my god.
Okay, show me now that you've
Holy
done it.
shit.
You ruined the podcast. Oh shit, cool. Yeah, that is awesome.
Oh my
That's
God.
fucking awesome.
I hate you so much.
I
No, I
hate you
don't.
both.
I love both of you guys.
Both the Smith guy and the
So yeah,
The Hydro.
Nitrous and
Nitrous.
Hydro 7.4.
fuck. I haven't talked to Nitrous
God
in a while.
Damn. The most amazing thing ever. Sharing.
It feels like I don't even follow Nitrous anymore because of the algorithm. I think.
He's like the only guy that actually comments on my stuff every
Oh
once
really?
in a while.
Fuck, he hates me. He hasn't commented.
That's because he loves me.
I don't even know who you followed first. I remember nothing. Like we've been following each other for years and years. Nope, I still follow him. Shit, yeah, that was cool. Yep, he's still good. I like him.
Yes.
But he was also like one of the biggest fans when we started out.
So awesome.
But yeah, but let's leave social media because that is definitely one thing that eats away a lot of time in people's lives. And I think I've cut it down, but I still spend a lot of time on my phone in general.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm actually really happy at where I'm at. God, that was hard to say. With my phone right now. It's
because it's broken.
yeah, that too. It actually helps, to
It
be
does
honest.
help,
It
yeah.
does. When
It
like
does help.
because it's not fun to use anymore because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's lagging, it dies all the time, it's looks like shit, it's scratched. Like everything's bad with this phone.
Yeah.
So now it's more like it's my alarm clock and my camera.
Cool.
And then every once in a while I need to look up how to go to someplace. That's it.
Yeah. That I
That
recognize.
that's pretty much all I do. I never go into Facebook that much anymore.
Mhm.
I pretty much never go into Instagram anymore. Like I've just given up on
Okay, yeah.
the
okay.
phone. So now,
But I
yeah,
think that is healthy as well. Like if you can find, like if you can have your work found in other ways as well, or if you can manage without, I think that is fucking.
that I mean that
Like the
that would
mental
be that's the
stre-
goal.
relief,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I still. So I haven't abandoned it. I still need to post my tattoos and all that.
Yeah.
But it is just like you said, you post it, you just check for comments and stuff.
Mhm.
You do the essential stuff that you
Yeah.
need to do. And
But
that's
fuck, as a tattoo artist, it feels like you could be posting basically every fucking day.
I could be posting multiple times a day.
That's what I mean. Like,
But
and-
it's not always like, because obviously I'm trying to only post stuff that I want to keep doing. So when I get like a text or a small symbol or, something
Yeah.
easier,
Mhm. It doesn't
I-
feel. Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Well,
I get
I'm
it,
not
I
even
get
gonna
it.
photograph it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's not to be a douchebag to the client or anything. It's just like
But it's not the type of work that you want to.
not anymore. Because
Yeah.
now I'm 5 years in. Like I did that the first 4 years.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Now
time. You
I
do
feel
little
like
butterflies and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've grown up a little bit. I don't need to show people. "Hey,
there we go.
Hey, we're back in business." No, I've grown past the whole like, look, I can still do this.
Yeah.
Now it's
I
more
get it.
like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm aiming to work more on.
Yeah.
More on. So, like, scroll through my feed and you'll see what I do. And if that's like what you're after, then contact me. Like, that's pretty much how I use it.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck it. Enough about the social media then, I guess.
Yeah, let's move on from social media. But do you, like, one thing that I've thought about when it comes to procrastinating, everyone's complaining about now, like, about they're not having enough time, you know, like they don't have time to do draw or to blah, blah, blah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. And it's usually never the case because they have time to watch, like, all of the seasons of Game of Thrones, all of the seasons of Westworld, all of the seasons, you know, like,
That's a necessity, Elias. It's not like having time. You need.
Yeah, that's work, bro. That's
How
work.
are you going to communicate with other people if you haven't watched the latest show? Yeah,
and yeah, but I'm trying to like. Do you ever like what when you do other things like not drawing? In what instances do you feel like you're like bad about wasting time? Because you know, like I can watch a movie or play some video games, and I don't really give a shit. But then there's times when I do the exact same thing and I feel super bad about not drawing.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel bad? Do you know what I mean? What I'm getting at? Is it because you're not posting on Instagram and you don't get your likes? Or is it just that you miss art, but you just can't, like, it's not mentally accessible, at least, even if you have an iPad? You know what I mean? Like, what makes you feel bad? Like, what is, like, causing your
definitely
inner demons to...
Definitely more the latter, like missing the creation part of it, missing being a creative, I guess. Because for me, obviously, it's not a secret that I love watching shitty movies. So for me, that's definitely not wasting time for me.
No,
and I've had this conversation with Anna like a billion times because she's very productive and likes to do things like go out,
leave
walk.
you alone.
Yeah. No, but being active.
Yeah, I feel
so. And I think it's probably like, I don't want to do the gender thing, but it feels like most women think most guys are pretty fucking lazy and we just play video games and watch movies more than we do productive things, whereas they are very smart with their time and do more productive things and plan out things.
Well,
this is just, you know, from my head, what I think, not generally speaking, because I used to be very active as well. But I think now I don't feel like I'm really wasting time doing anything. The only thing I can feel like in regards to the question is more I miss creating. And I feel I can feel bad about, well, mostly because I have my giant fucking poster staring me in the face every day. And it's just sitting there like, paint me, finish me, Robert. You know you want to just add this and you want to draw this on me, you know.
But as that progress, just to like go on a sidetrack here and not a derail, but the more you work on that piece, does it become easier or harder to keep working on it? Do you know what I mean? Harder, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because that's how I am as well. I get to a certain stage, and then like I have no idea what I'm doing. You know, like after that stage or how to tackle it. Yeah.
Now, for me, this is gonna be. I'm gonna try to explain it in a way that people might understand what I'm going through. So the way I approach this is almost like, imagine you're in an airplane hangar and it's filled with sand and you're there with a broom and you're starting to clean this airplane hangar. If you look up, you're just going to see like the Sahara Desert in front of you.
Yeah.
But if you look down and see what you're doing, you're
you'll
cleaning.
See some progress,
right?
Yeah.
But the way I feel about this is like, imagine every time you look up, the airplane hangar has become twice as large.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah.
Every time I look up. So after sitting there like 4, 5, 6 hours drawing, take a step back, look at it, and you're like, I have so much more to do. And because I did this, now I have to do this. Whereas if I hadn't drawn that in, I would have had that sort of clean and wouldn't
You
have
know
to
what
do
it feels like? You started off in a sandbox, and now you're in the middle of the fucking desert.
Yeah,
the next time you
that's
looked up.
a better way to explain it for
it's
sure.
just like, oh, it's just this size. I'll
Like,
just start
"I'm-
here.
We're doing
Yeah.
great. This is so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at me go.
Next time you're like, where the fuck did these
You hear
sand dunes come
the
from? Yeah.
vultures. Like,
With your chipped lips.
Yeah.
Just like,
it's getting hot in here. I'm thirsty.
something changed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But I've always loved the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, that's how I get into things. Like if it is very difficult, I will like be more into it because I want to own it. You know?
Yeah. Winning. It's all about winning.
It's all about winning. Now it's more about just actually finishing the piece.
Yeah.
But it is.
How long do you have left to work on it? Just to stress you out, not just.
until I think mid-August.
Oh, okay.
For me,
that's-
it's like
that's awesome, yeah.
August is my deadline.
So you're basically gonna work on like the like just the day before that. You're gonna finish. Like, the rest of this.
100%. And the thing is, I could do that.
Yeah, no,
I know
you could do that because that's the kind of fire you need.
Yeah.
You have like too much
Yeah.
time right now.
Keep talking about that blowtorch up my ass, but yeah, that is the best way for me to work.
I can just see you drawing. You're like, no, you gotta shove it deeper. Just
Exactly.
fucking do it.
Turn up the heat. Blue flame, not yellow.
Exactly. Shove it up there, blue flame all the way. Just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. So, but how did you feel then going back to draw
what?
this in your way? The
The
horny girl.
The horny girl.
Yeah. So,
Well,
because
depending on when we released this, the horny girl was a while back.
a while back, it
Yeah.
still was.
But
Because you don't normally break down your stuff into sessions like this, or at least that I notice. You produce stuff fairly quickly, and
I don't. But
No?
it's just that I don't take breaks when I do
yeah.
it. Like I start them and then I try to finish them. Like whenever I have time, I'll just go in and like work like
just
an
do
idiot.
like the one sitting.
No.
No?
Like I do one sitting and then I just like, okay, tomorrow maybe on my way home I'll do the rest and
Oh,
then
okay.
I'll do this there. But usually the breaks aren't long enough for me to reflect. Whereas this, I started it maybe 2 weeks ago, I think, or more. And then I didn't even see it for a week because, I didn't have time.
Stuffs. Yeah.
And then I went back and I was like, I need to fix this shit. Like, this is crooked. The head is tilted. The eyes are not. Like, just change things.
How many times did you hate this piece?
Oh, I hated it. Like, I started off like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then I started, like, the first 5 sketches I was like, garbage. And then I finally, like, I was on the right track. And then, like, I don't have time to draw on this anymore.
Yeah.
I made the black and white, though, like,
Oh, okay.
not the whole thing, but just, like, the
But at
the
least you
first
got that far. and that
something,
is-
yeah. And then next time I looked at it, I was like, motherfucker. Okay, I'll redraw this, do this, move this, like take the lips, put them in the middle of the face. How did I miss that? And
They're supposed to
just-
be in the forehead.
exactly. And I just kept fixing things. And I said, like, I was not going to start painting until the black
gray.
and white was done.
Oh, okay.
Like, and then I just did that. And I was like, I should start coloring. And then, like, no, you shouldn't. And then I took a break. And then, because I wanted to post it.
Mhm.
And then I fought that urge again. And then I just left it. And then I went back. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't do the horns. Fuck. So, okay, I'll do the horns. And then the horns took, like, it didn't take long. But I was out of time again. So I was just, fuck it, I won't paint it. Then the next time I got to paint it, and I wanted to paint it like several times ago.
Yeah.
And then I painted like the first pass. And I was like, I could post it now. And then like, no, I'm going to hate it tomorrow. I know I'm going to. I do it. I put it on like just, I said tomorrow, but then I didn't have time. Like that weekend passed, then work. And then a week later, I had time to actually like look at it again. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like the colors were like so bright when you use styles. You know what I mean? Like they're glowy to the point where it's just like terrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this thing, I just need to pull it back. So I pulled everything back again and put another layer on top of that.
Ooh.
And then painted, parts of it again. Because I had this like overlay thing
Yep.
on top of the color layer that I put on it.
Okay.
And it just like, I was like, what the fuck? I just had like patches of color that were like glowy and stuff, and then the rest wasn't glowy. You know, like it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. And then I eventually like toned it down, pulled it back a bit, and then just like I was like, this is done. Like after like several times that I wanted it to be done, it was actually done. And I was like, I don't want to do anything to it. I kind of like the aesthetic of what I've achieved here.
Yeah.
And
Is that where you left it?
No, I left. No. I left it at that. I just didn't post it.
Oh.
I was like, no. It's already like 9:30. I'm not gonna post it now.
It's
like
not-
there's no.
yeah.
No, it's not. Like I don't want to sit up. I just want to do something else. I don't want to like spend that hour as well, if anything happens, because it doesn't right now. And like something that has changed. No, but something that has changed with the algorithm is as well that I don't get that much engagement the first hour. It's like the first 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like it takes like 24 hours for me to get 300 likes now, whereas before I could get them within the hour. So something has
So
changed in the
strange.
behavior. I don't know. I don't care. Like I just like, okay, I'll post it tomorrow at this time. Like I think I posted on a weekend as well, like after lunch or something. Like because then the kids will be there. I'll be doing this, and it's fine. And then nothing happens. I didn't even reply. So fuck it. But it was just fine. Like I didn't care. Like it was a good point or something like that. It was fine. And I don't know. Like I kind of like that approach, because I don't remember if it was. Was it Andrea, like Lost Lennon, that said something about like leaving it for a while, you know, just like why stress to post it online when you could just relax.
I think you've said that many times too.
Yeah, but just like, I don't know, like.
Because I'm not that guy.
Probably
For
yeah.
me, it's always like, it's finished, I post it. Like
Yeah.
it just automatically goes that way.
Yeah,
Because that's how I feel like it is finished.
yeah.
It's not finished until it's posted.
Mhm.
Almost like it's not finished until you've signed it.
No,
like-
but I did that so many times with the Zelda stuff because I needed to post it on the day.
Yeah.
But I just hated it.
Yeah.
Because then I had to stay up another hour to reply, and I wanted to do that part.
Mhm.
So being able to post when you were comfortable responding to people, and that it feels like rather than wasting an hour of your sleep, you could post it the next day and get the sleep plus, you know, the hours, the dead time that you had, you filled with the hour of Instagram.
Yeah.
So you don't waste the time that you had. And we're still on Instagram, by the way. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
We just keep
Fuck
getting back
this,
to-
getting back to
But
it.
it is
But
such
it
a
is a
big
big
part.
thief. It
Yeah,
is a big
it is.
time-consuming thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's really good if you are not there. Good for you. But
Yeah.
most of us are probably there in one way or another.
Yeah.
But yeah, other things that's still time from us, except Netflix, I guess. But I think it's priorities, right?
Definitely. It's well, for me it is, at least. I right now I do prioritize more video games and just movies in
Yeah.
general. I just don't feel like producing stuff
Yeah.
at the moment, and I haven't for pretty much this whole year.
Yeah.
It's been really slow with everything. I don't know what it is. Maybe just something, you know, in my head, like the motivation is gone.
Yeah.
Talked about it yesterday with Anna. I think it might be that I haven't moved, like I haven't worked out or done anything exercise-wise in 3 years, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think that is starting to affect, like, more than just me being lazy, as in wanting to sit down a lot, but also my brain getting more and more tired from just sitting down watching movies. Like it's so much more convenient, you know. So it is the lazy option of just like, it's sit down, watch 500 movies, and then get up and work again. You know,
Dude, if I start my days like that, which I have done, like especially weekends, not weekdays, but I just the rest of the day I'm just fucking zombie style, you know, like I just can't get started. Like the walk to work, just that part
It's so
really
important.
helps me get my ass off the ground, you know, like it
does.
really does help. Just the walk. I don't even have to go to work. It's just the act of moving forwards somehow. That's why, like now, this past week, or the weekend actually, I started every morning with just going to the gym, you know, because I have one outside. And so I've just started, like, while my kids eat breakfast and watch iPads or whatever they want to do, because we all wake up different times. I just go out and I spend like an hour half at the gym.
How is that working, by the way? Do you feel like, are you...
It's so different. It's such a different room. It's just me and four walls with my stuff. So it's just
Do you
like...
get the same type of energy release, I guess, or like that outlet?
I don't feel that I can lift as heavy in there right now because I'm missing some like important safety things.
Yeah.
But it's still like I just put my music on. I have this boombox thing that I bought that is blasting in there.
I remember you showed it. to me.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
It was good.
It was good, yeah. So I can't play that loud if it's like 7 in the morning.
Of course you can.
But
it's your house.
It's my house.
You do whatever the fuck you want, bro.
But I play it loud enough for me to hear it loudly.
Yeah.
And I just work out. And then just that does so much.
But it still gives you that gain that you want.
Yeah. Like, because the thing is, after that, I don't mind going to the yard digging.
Yeah.
Whereas if I started my life on the couch that morning, like I do with the kids when my wife is working, we just watch like cartoons or something. Fuck, everything after that point is procrastination.
This is my life.
Yeah, because I just like, I have to go up and like, I need to take the dishes from the sink into the dishwasher, but I have to take the clean shit out of the dishwasher.
Exactly. Oh my God.
And just that thing is so far from where I am on the couch at that very moment. So I'll just, kids, let's just watch another episode.
Exactly. Let's keep watching movies to forget about all the stuff that we need to do.
And then the hour before my wife shows up, or like 30 minutes. Exactly. It's just like, and that's even worse.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's always like shoddy. It's like never good enough. You just like, you can just see that someone did that on the like super quickly.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, it's all it's done. It's like no more, no less.
Yeah.
just
right.
Yeah. No, but so having the gym ready now is way better. I still need that fucking rack though, because I think that would just make me like I could go heavier, which is what I want, like to some degree at least, and not worry about falling or shit like that. Also, it's a pretty good thing to have when your kids make you laugh. My daughter was like, "You're all red in the face, and you do like when you lift," and she was like, "The thing is, when I'm lifting heavy, if you start laughing."
You're
like
gonna shit yourself and break your legs.
No. You lose strength, and you drop the weights because, fuck, and it's so dangerous. And I don't have any safety. Now I had dumbbells, I can just drop them to the side. But still, I just had to teach my kid not to make me laugh when I'm lifting because of the danger of it. And but I think it's a good thing as well because they come out there and they play with the nunchucks, and. They use the rower and stuff. It is fun. So that is a good thing in my life right now that I have a gym outside of my house that is so official, like as a gym would be. So when you go in there, there's nothing else in that fucking room to do because it's cold. Yeah. So you have to work out to
stay warm.
So you use the rower. Just like 5-10 minutes to get warm, and then you just go to the weights. You can't stop because if you stop,
you're gonna cool down.
You're gonna cool down. And you're gonna start getting cold. But I have a heater that's heating up the room eventually. But it takes it like a good fucking half hour for it to really start making a difference in there. So you need to move. So which is great because every time I get in there, I'm like Rocky, like running in the snow type of thing. So it's just like
when the burning hot.
Yeah, but it never becomes a problem because it is that like, oh shit, it's so fucking cold. Because I come in from the heat and they're like, oh my God, when you step outside and then you get into the gym and like, this is no better. Yeah. You just don't have the wind constantly hitting you, but it's cold. But it is nice though, like I like it. It's a good way to get started and then everything after that is always easier. So
I totally get it, but I just can't make myself do anything like that.
Yeah, but that's because you don't have anything like that
No.
there. You know, like
Yeah.
it is the comfort of your own home. Where
But
I
even
had-
if I did, I wouldn't use it. Like that's just
Yeah.
how I am. Like I'm not good with weights and
I've-
stuff like that.
but
Or
I've
working
always
out.
done that. That's the thing. I haven't stopped since I was 13
Exactly.
or 12. Yeah,
And
12.
and that's always the key. Like consistency, just keeping at it, not giving up. You know.
And also, like my workouts compared to what I do at home and what I do at the gym, not even close. Not even close, because I don't have that same gear. You know, but I can do what I can, and that has to be good enough.
At least you can keep it up.
I can keep it up, yeah, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like I can't like leg workouts are way harder at home than they were ever at the gym, you know,
Yeah.
because they have all the equipment. You can do all the crazy shit, like 410 kilos. Let's do it. Just like I can't do that at home. I don't have 410 kilos to push.
No.
So it is just like different, but I like it. I don't know. Like you just figure shit out as you go.
Mm.
But it is wasting time is
Easy.
easy. Yeah, it is so fucking easy. I have so many emails and stuff that I want to do and write and do for the podcast or for my own business, and I haven't done any of it. Like when did I say I was going to write contracts? Did I ever do that?
That was only a couple of years ago. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just insane. Like there are, like as much as people think that I am productive, but you have the podcast and you do this and there's another million things that I don't do. You know what I mean?
You know,
That
there's
is-
different levels of productiveness.
Yeah, and I think you need
Because
to
I'm really
find-
productive too.
Yeah, I know.
Even if I sound like a lazy fuck. But, you know.
it's selective, you know,
Yeah.
like what you're feeling at the time of doing, basically. Because this podcast, we started in 2016, and it was basically just me doing research about the gear we needed, you know.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, like, what are we going to talk about? And why would anyone want to listen and stuff like that? And it's just like these parts in making the podcast. And then suddenly, like, fuck it, we'll just launch on January 20-something, 26th. Yeah.
Yeah. Or 20.
It was 2017.
No, 26.
Yeah, and it was 2017, I think,
Yeah.
that we officially went live. And it
That-
just like took, but we started in August 2016. Just like that's when
yeah. That's how long it took.
Yeah, I don't know why it took so long. Yeah, we needed the intro delayed the whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
It was the
That's
intro
right.
Seb was busy with other stuff.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "When do you need it so I can have like an actual date?" And I was like, "Okay, we'll launch in January at some point."
And I was finishing up at Lego.
Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Maybe that was why we set the date as well.
Yeah.
Like, to where it was. Yeah.
Because we were planning it out when I was working at Lego. Because I remember being in Denmark in my apartment at Lego working on the lyrics for the intro song or like coming up with ideas for it. I remember that so vividly.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember like buying the Zoom, the recorder that we used for recording the podcast. I was sitting at home and I was just like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? I just spent like $300 on this thing for the microphone. We didn't even have microphones or anything.
No.
We didn't even have a location to record it.
That was the best
Yeah.
part.
And then we just like, yeah, we're going to do this. And we were just going to use the Zoom recorder first. That was our initial idea. And we tried it out in the city, in a restaurant with people around.
And it worked.
And it worked. Yeah, it was fine. And we called it Epi Solo.
Yes.
And
That's
we
where it came.
just, I spent so much time. Like now when we went through our notes to find like some ideas for topics, I just found like old Sketchbook Heroes like notes, just like what we were going to call the podcast. You know, we had like a million ideas. And that's a period of time, like a solid 4 months of just production. And like really, we wanted to go live with a couple of episodes out, like 2 episodes, 3 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we like, and I think we released like 2 or 3 episodes in one go. The first,
Did we?
yeah.
Oh, you would know that more than
I
I
don't
would.
remember now, but it was like 2 or 3 episodes. And it was just, I wanted to be ready, and then I'm never going to go back and listen to those episodes, but I just mean that productiveness, like, if it's for yourself, like if you're not working for companies, when you're doing your own shit, it is so much easier to invest time.
Of course. And you get lost in it, too.
You get lost in it like nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, I've never gotten lost in work, no matter the type of work it is, you know,
Nope.
like, because it's for someone else and it doesn't have them. Like, I thought tons of things I worked on were fun, but it's not my thing.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm excited because I think it's cool, or like it's a possibility to learn. But when you work on your own things, like your shit, you came up with everything.
It's the best.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like when we managed to get the name, like I
Exactly.
remember just like, oh my God, we have all this shit.
You and your super teeny tiny handwriting and like 4 pages of that
so
with
many
just
fucking-
different shitty fucking names.
Yeah, but then I
But
found
they were
yours
awesome.
as well. You had like a couple in like a ton in Swedish. I was like the like the nerd and the pen, or the I don't remember, like just like
I just
tons of
emptied my head,
yeah.
wrote everything down, you know. All of a sudden
Yeah.
something's there, you know.
I don't remember. Like I think I wanted something with sketchbook because we always
At that
carried
time we had the purpers were
the purpose were like
mean,
home.
it's still our baby.
Yeah, I still use it daily, but it's just that I think I was writing sketchbook into like this, like 'cause we needed a name for the website as well, so I was sort of using that as well to check as soon as we had the name, to also check availability, and then it was like, oh, we don't have the sketchbook club. Well, we have the sketchbook, you know, clubhouse. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, sketchbook, blah, 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 something we had. And they was like, we don't have that, but we have sketchbook heroes. And I was like, what? I was like, is this silly or is this a good name? And
No,
I
as soon
remember
as you
you,
wrote
because
it-
you were Samantha, were in that group.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
we used Samantha as like an idea for like content and
Yeah,
ideas.
that's
and
right.
she never replied. Remember, she came in like every once a month, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, this idiot, like written like 300 messages.
But
since
that's
last
her
time.
on her texts and everything.
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah, I know. But it's just fine.
yeah.
We just like the input that she gave was always good. And
Yeah.
then like sketchbook heroes, because I wrote sketchbook, it was like, we don't have that, but we have this sketchbook heroes. And yeah, that's how the name came to be. Yeah. It was just, I was like,
Fuck yeah.
yes. When I saw the whole thing, I was like, sketchbookheroes.com. I was
Yeah.
like, yes. Bye. No, as soon as you said yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I was like, come on, before someone else
Yeah.
just kind of,
No. As soon as you wrote it, I was on board.
because I was
That's
like,
so
is it silly? And then like,
But we are fucking silly.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
perfect. It really is.
yeah.
But
And
then
the
I
logo,
like.
but then it started like the logo. We need.
Yeah.
Ugh, now I hate the logo, but it's iconic. But it's like a tattoo.
It is.
It's like, it's what we recognize to be the sketchbook hero. So I don't know.
100%. No. Don't regret anything about
No, but
the
I
logo.
don't
It's-
regret it.
it's so
It's
good.
just like I want, now that I'm
Yeah.
better, I want to make it better. You know, like I want to update it to the way that I do things now. But yeah. And also animate it and just have like little swings to it and stuff.
Yeah, Anna's talked about animating stuff for us, and she hasn't done shit. So, Anna, God damn it. Yeah.
Good. We both out of that. Yay.
Just never released this
We're just
episode.
equally simple.
Yeah.
Yay.
No, I always joke about that we together have like one full functioning brain. Yes.
Well, that kind of
It
supports that
makes
theory,
sense,
yeah. But yeah,
wasting
time.
Wasting
We're
time.
really good at it. But I say that
Is it really wasting time though? Like,
sometimes
I mean,
it is. Yes.
let's go philosophical. Is it ever a waste of time?
Yes.
Anything you do?
Yes. Yes.
No.
It is.
No, Elias.
It is.
It's never a waste.
If you're always doing things for other people without like ever doing something for yourself, or not like giving yourself the chance to do you as well, I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like some people are just selfless, and that has a gratification, or whatever the fuck the word I'm looking for is, where it sort of pays off, and that's what they like doing, like helping. That is their interest, their hobby, their passion. But then there's people that
aren't nice people.
aren't no, but you're putting a lot into people that don't appreciate what you're doing for them, and then eventually you burn out. You're 45 years old. You're like struggling. No, but you're struggling to just get by. You know, like everyone that you've helped has moved on.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're just left there alone.
there like a husk of your former self, basically. And just to exaggerate, but I'm just saying that to be awesome, you also need to do you. You know, that's what makes you awesome, basically.
Yeah, never forget you.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't make everything about yourself, but you know, like you should like value yourself as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just so waste some time on yourself as well.
I think that's
doing the things you want to do, because it's fucking, I don't know.
Yeah. I think.
But don't say that you don't have time.
Exactly.
Because I know that, like, when I say I don't have time, is that I prioritize other things, and I don't have time.
You just don't take the time.
You don't take time. Yeah, exactly. I think that is, again, mindset things that we've talked about before.
Absolutely.
It is easier to say that you don't have time, because then you don't have to take the responsibility of, you know, having watched Netflix or any other streaming service that you prefer. Like, I don't watch Netflix. No, you watch HBO. There's no difference.
No, exactly. I was listing all of my streaming services. I'm like, oh my God.
I don't watch Netflix. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have Netflix.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I do PlayStation Network, Netflix, Prime, HBO, Viaplay, Crunchyroll, YouTube.
Yeah, I don't want to play this game. I have to as well. Because I was like, oh, well, I only have HBO, Viaplay, Amazon, and Netflix, and then I have Spotify.
Oh, me too.
Which is another one. And I have the family one, so a bit more expensive, but kind of cheaper, but not. And, you know, and that's just that stuff. And then I have like Dropbox.
Yeah, me too.
Wix for the podcast, Wix personal. And I don't want to, I know I have more. I just don't want to think about it.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I don't want to play this game. I was just 9 or 8. I was just like, ugh. Yeah. And also I have 2 gym memberships, and I should cancel one since I have a gym at home now.
And also 2 children.
And 2 children. And I should probably cancel one.
Yeah.
No, but I think just like think about the way you perceive time. Because it is like, it's fine to watch, you know, your favorite shows, because my wife, for example, has no hobbies except photography now that she found when she was 40 plus.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like really discovered when she was 40.
But it just goes to show that it's never too late, really.
It isn't.
Like,
And
not making jokes. It's actually, I find that comforting, that, you know, you can still find new things and do new things. You don't have to accept that you're old and like give up on life, which it feels like a lot of people do. Like, keep telling yourself that you're too old to do things, which is the most stupid thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like, never limit yourself to anything. Of course, like, if you are 68 years old, maybe, you know, take it easy if you're going to start snowboarding or whatever it's going to be, you know. But don't. Exactly. You can still fucking do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just
You know?
put like padding on your hip so you don't get that hip fracture thing like old people get when they fall on the ice. But
Exactly.
other than that, fucking
Go for it.
go for the escalator. No, but it's something that we talked about as well. Like, I think, like, I've always been drawing, but I think where I evolved the most was when I was 27-ish. I had my first baby, and I met the people drawing in the city, where I met real life professionals drawing, and I just saw them produce, like, on site, not like sketch on one terrible sketch for months, but they were actually just like just throwing up art, like
5 awesome images in just a few hours.
Sitting, in just that sitting.
Was that
and
Tuesday Sketch Club or
that one, the sketch
drink and draw?
Yeah, but we call it Sketch Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, and then we took that into
and then we just made
that
it
became
better.
Sketchbook Heroes, really.
Yeah, the meetups and stuff. Yeah. But I just enjoyed art more because it wasn't dark.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like, let's sit at a pub where my tone sketchbook can't Like, I can't see shit.
Exactly. I could never see
I
what I
could
was
never
drawing.
see what I was drawing because I was always drawing on toned paper.
Yeah, Man on the Moon.
Yeah, Man on the Moon.
Fuck
Oh,
that
fucking
lighting.
hate that place.
Oh.
Yeah. I just had like, I remember like they had this like stained glass thing. And I was just like, oh, red light when I'm drawing with a red pen on my toned sketchbook. I was like, that's perfect.
Awesomeness! Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was always like loud. Like it was too loud in the sense where people were getting drunk because it's like Little Saturday on
Yeah.
Wednesdays
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, that beside the point. Like I think that's when I started drawing again, like intentionally to get better because I just saw that, oh shit, I'm like on a different, I'm like on stupid level, and these people are just producing shit, like they're on a different fucking level. I would not hire me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm in the business. So it's like manage your time, like invest in what you can at that moment in your life. Just because, like, when I was younger, I could have been the best artist in the world if I had just invested. I didn't.
No.
Like, I did in, like small chunks every now and
yeah.
then. Whereas I know people that are 17 and they can draw me, out of a job, basically, like blindfolded. And it's just like, that doesn't mean that I can't have a future in this industry. You know what I mean? And it's the same for you guys. You just like need to like use the time that you have, not dream about the time you don't have. That's also like wasting your time, complaining about things you could have done. Like I could have gone to art school and, like learned to draw realistically. But I said, fuck that as a kid. And all ages, like up till I was like 20 plus.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I should have taken those classes. Well, welcome.
Yay.
Welcome. You finally arrived, moron. And so that's all of us, like in one way or another.
Yeah.
No matter what
Pretty
the fuck
much.
it is. So just like use what you have. Watch some Netflix when you feel like it, do the other thing. But I don't know, like I still waste a lot of time.
Yeah. And I will keep wasting time.
And I will, but I think maybe that's it. Like not call it a waste of time.
Exactly.
Like when you do watch Netflix, just own it.
Exactly.
And then
What are you going to do with, like, that?
Yeah, no, but actually I think that's where we could leave this as well. It's just like when like just the change of like thinking rather than the time, like whatever you choose to do with the time, just own that. Like just have a different outlook. Never say I don't have time. I just like I don't have the energy
Yeah.
to invest in drawing right now because that mentally is not accessible for me.
No, exactly.
And what can you do maybe in the future to shorten the mental distance to your iPad or your drawing or your pencil, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Like, could it be that you put the pen and paper on the table where you usually sit?
So you
Like, if
see it.
can-
And
so you see it for the next time. You don't
Yeah.
have to go and get the materials out. You
'Cause-
did that prior.
Because that works for me. If I have the iPad on the TV table,
Oh, yeah. Same. I do that.
when I sit down and like when I get my alone time and I start watching my stupid movies,
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm there sketching.
Yeah.
Like I don't even notice me picking up the pad.
Yeah.
It's just in my hands and I'm sketching. It's never good, but
No,
I'm still
that's beside the point. Like
still
you should-
doodling,
Yeah,
you know?
you shouldn't draw for it to be good.
no.
You should just be drawing for the sake of fucking drawing. Like
Yeah.
because sometimes that's what you need, not making like fucking I don't know masterpieces.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden that's gonna take priority over the shitty movie that you wanted to watch, and then all of a sudden it's 5 hours later and you're doing something really cool.
I think so.
hopefully,
Just
you
getting
know?
into the flow of things, and then maybe it'll be something. Maybe it
Yeah.
won't. Like, don't let that dictate if you do it or not.
No.
Because that was a big problem for me always. Like, oh, it didn't start off as a masterpiece. Fuck this.
Exactly.
Like,
if it doesn't
oh,
look good within the first minute, you hate
Yeah,
it.
you hate it, and then you just, like,
scrap
race,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But how many times have you not pushed through, and then you just like you get to the stage where it sucks, and you push through that stage, and then like you're like yeah, and then like it starts like you getting to that point again, and you just keep pushing through, and eventually it's fucking done,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh yeah, okay. I'm glad I didn't quit.
Yeah, because it's pretty much always worth it in the
Yeah,
end.
in
If
the
you
end.
keep pushing through it, it will automatically, like, unless you fuck it up in one of those, I don't know, like, let's say your iPad breaks while you work on it.
Yeah, or
That's
if
the
it's
only way it's
traditional.
really going to
But
be
even
a
if it's
waste.
traditional, like,
And you fuck it up.
yeah, because sometimes, on the link pieces, especially the straight ink ones, like, I've fucked up so many of those, but I didn't fuck them up to the point where I can't, like, bring your focus or attention to another area.
No.
It's
that-
only
exactly.
when I fuck them up to the point where I've, like, accidentally drawn a tree halfway through Link's body where, or, like, spilled too much ink on his face.
Yeah.
Where I can't even make it like a cast shadow from his. But most of the times, like, even if I fuck up a little, I can just, like, keep
Save it.
painting somehow, like, add something else somewhere else, or like, make the opposite side of the tree or link darker, where it just, like, the focus falls there instead of, like, that weird eyebrow that you just did, like,
Yeah.
and then you cast that in shadow a bit, so you cut off a part of that weirdness. But you don't, like, put too much work on that part. You just, like, leave it and work around it. And then eventually it's there. Like, you will always be haunted by this fucking
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Nobody
You will-
else is gonna fucking-
But no one else
Yeah.
is going to. Like, one of the most, like, popular pieces is Link holding up his, like, chicken leg arm. And everyone's like, oh, this is so good. And I'm like, but no one's seeing the chicken arm. Like, leg, I mean, like, that he's, like, it's so broken and too long, and it's just like, but no one saw it. Like, when I pointed it out, people were like, I can't stop seeing it now. But it's just like, it wasn't there. That's not why they're looking at it. So
No.
it's just that it's worth putting that time in once you have, like, just push through that fucking negativity that we have.
Yeah. And if it does fuck up, learn from it.
That's what I was going to end on as well. Like, just like, the thing is, I hate that piece. I hate it to this day, but it made the other pieces a little better, knowing that I can't do that with the arm. Like,
Exactly, because you can't unsee it,
yeah,
which means you're never going to do that again.
that again, because fuck that. And it also helped me layer things in my head. Like, oh, you should have done that before you did this.
Exactly.
Because then you
Then
had more room to play
Level
around.
up.
Yeah, so I think that's like, even a sucky piece. Like, I think that the shitty pieces will teach you more of maybe what you don't want to do, and maybe how you can, like, avoid doing that in the future. So
Yeah. It's
it's
the
not-
shitty pieces are going to help the better
the
pieces.
better pieces, yeah, definitely. Because, like, remember how you felt when you drew that shitty one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that,
No.
like, ever. I don't want my work to look like that. So I think it's really good. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, time.
Time.
I don't know. I have no great tips.
Time is on my side.
Yeah, but
Yes, it is. Sorry.
use time well. Don't worry about it if you don't have time at the moment. Use it when you have it.
Yeah.
Things in brain. Things in brain do well. Good times.
things brain is-
time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good. We've already done this for too long.
Yeah, we have.
We're just gonna keep repeating. So, we've already repeated,
Yeah.
repeated.
Stop.
Repeated.
Move
Yeah,
on.
Let's move on. So, tools.
Yeah.
What have we done in this future filler episode?
I see a post.
Do you have a pen? A new pen? You know, the pen with the thing that is like black and not? No?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fuck this. No tools.
No tools.
And we're back with this week's retro.
Yes.
Yes.
So, because today is Monday and we record podcast Mondays, we also eat junk food and watch shitty movies.
Mm-hmm.
And today was no exception.
No.
Today we watched a fantastic movie that pretty much the title explains everything about this movie. And
So there's the cover.
so, yes,
You don't
definitely.
even need the fucking title.
No, that's it. So, like, if you like the title and you like the actual cover, you're probably gonna like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, which movie did we see, Elias?
We watched Fanboys.
Fanboys.
Directed by some guy,
Mm-hmm.
approved by George Lucas himself,
Because fanboys.
because Fanboys. And it's basically about the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Obviously, it's a little bit deeper than that.
No,
But
it isn't. No.
No.
I saw this movie. It was not.
yeah.
No, but,
so it's
yeah.
it's just to break down the story as short and fast as possible. A group of friends take a road trip cross country to steal episode 1 from Skywalker Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
That is the movie.
That is basically the movie, and I guess we can spoil parts of it. It has like a lot of cameos in this movie, and like the movie isn't great. Like I wouldn't say like this is the best comedy I've seen,
no.
but you do get like if you're a nerd of any level of the Star Wars fan, you'll get a lot of the references, if not all of them.
And if you are a Star Wars nerd, chances are you've probably seen this movie.
Yeah, but it's a fun ride anyway. You know, like it's like if you see the trailer and you can go into this with that mindset that oh shit, okay, it's this type of movie, it'll be enjoyable. Like
Yeah.
it has some like recognizable faces that you will definitely. Like, I don't want to say who they
No.
are. Like, I would rather you didn't watch the trailer and just went straight in watching it. Because I think the surprise cameos are what...
That's
like,
what make the movie.
Yeah, because when you sent me the trailer, I just started watching a little bit. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to jump a little. And then I saw, I think, 2 cameos. And I was like, oh, okay, I get where this is going. I'm just going to turn it off. And then we're going to watch it here.
Yeah.
And I think... going in blind, watching Fanboys, like, don't expect it to be a good movie, but
Yeah.
just go in with that mindset, and it'll be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
And the cameos make it worth it, especially if you, like us, like these kind of, like, things, you know, movies.
If you're
silly.
a bit of a geek. Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit of a
Yeah.
geek. And it has, like, some things were super funny. Like, I really liked the online girlfriend thing. Like, that was super funny. I don't want to spoil the joke, though, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
But it was also, like, something I did not expect. Like, I thought about all the other scenarios except the one that we got.
Yeah.
And also, just, like, the cameos, some were really good.
Yeah.
And then... like, some that weren't as funny were still funny.
Exactly.
Like-
it's one of those movies that you sort of giggle, or not giggle, but, you know,
But there's something, though.
you kind of smile throughout the whole movie. It's got, like, they have a good sort of vibe throughout them as well. Like, and because they are so geeky, they make everything pretty funny. Like, just listening to them talk about stuff. It's almost like a Kevin Smith movie, you know. They
but
have
without
their
the
own
super smart dialogue. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like
exactly.
the way
It's-
that Kevin writes it
Yeah.
rather than that it's...
just normal talk,
Yeah.
you know, and then, you know, they're super geeks. So whenever they get caught up in a scenario that is in like the real world, it makes it automatically funny because
Yeah.
they don't speak normal.
Yeah.
You know, they're super Star Wars geeks. So that's all
But-
they know.
I wonder, though, like... because I've met some people, like, that were, like, introverted nerds, and they are so uncomfortable, like, being, you know, amongst people that they say shit and act so weird.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen that in years now, but, you know, like, when we were younger and you went to parties and shit like that with, like, a mixed crowd, some people were just broken when it came to, like, socializing.
Yeah.
It's something that we take for granted, you know, like, just going up to people, like, no matter gender, no matter how good-looking or ugly, you know, like, whatever your preferences are
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
spectrum. Like, you don't judge. You just go in, you socialize, it's awesome, you leave.
Yeah.
And hopefully no one hates you. But I'm just saying that some people that you've grown up with or met or, you know, like, they've been such oddballs to your frame of reference that you're like, how does this people get through life not being able to do this simple interaction?
Exactly.
So that it becomes almost like comical because it is
I
so
haven't thought
out of
about
this
that.
world. And, like some people that like ask you too many questions or like hang over you basically talking, and you just keep backing and they just keep following you, and you're basically French kissing at the end of that conversation. And it's just like, this movie feels like some like bits and pieces of these people that you've met at some point. Or when you see like U.S. conventions of like Star Wars and stuff like that, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the insult dog thing. Have you seen those where he goes to like when they're dressed up as, and he just and they're trying to insult him, and he just like fucking rams them basically. Just like, it's like, I don't know, dude. It's just like, it feels almost evil, like, because they are so innocent. He's like, yeah, well, I'll use my super my super powers and I will crush you. And he just like insults them, like he does. And you're like, oh, you're playing out of your league, little man.
Yeah.
Like, I love your nerdiness, but you're just like,
go back to kindergarten.
Yeah. And he just like the things he says to some of these guys, like, I know it's a joke, but they're so, like, I don't know. But that's also why I love this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they do nail some of those things.
And that's it feels like, we're a part of the joke that no one else gets in the movie, apart from the crew that we follow.
Yeah.
And we're a part of them.
Yeah, you do feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do feel that. I like that about it.
And that's what makes it into this sort of cozy road trip type of movie, almost like Road Trip in a way.
Road Trip.
Which is also one of those, like, I fucking loved that movie when it came out.
When it came out, I loved it. I don't know if it holds up.
Same, I haven't seen it in forever. Yeah,
but I've started prairie dogging it. No, it's so disgusting. I love how when they said that, you just immediately got it.
Yeah.
Without ever like hearing that reference ever. I was just like, is that one? Like, yeah, it is. Just like, why would my brain know this? Just like, I was trained for this as a young child.
Not a misspent youth.
But this movie is, like, I don't know, like, I don't know if it's a feel-good movie. It really isn't. It's just like, it was just...
It kind of leaves you where it starts, too.
Yeah, it does that.
Full circle, almost, in a way. But enlightened, maybe. It is, it is one of those movies that, like...
I feel like they skip a lot of pieces as well.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
Like,
I'm sure they've cut out a lot.
How it ends, basically.
Mm-hmm,
like, what they're sort of like... I would have loved to see more of that, like what they're... Like the main guy, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his passion.
Yeah.
They just, like, it just happens... And it feels like not enough time passed for that to have become like a thing.
Because you don't know how much time really... Or did they write it?
But the thing is, they were going to steal episode 1.
Yeah.
But now they're at the main
premiere.
The premiere, and that doesn't feel like it's long from the time they wanted to steal it. Like because how did they know? You know what I mean? Like
because it could be like a week, or it could be a couple of months.
Yeah.
Or it could be
I don't know. Like
a
they wanted
year.
to steal like a rough cut. Maybe. I don't know. Like maybe it's 6 months. I don't know.
Maybe we missed something. Maybe we.
We were talking at the end there. You just like that's what I mean. Like this movie, you don't really always care.
No.
Like, I think it's like you care at some point and then you just lose it and it just comes back. And because it has like a lot of, like the cameos make it worth watching. Yeah. Just that.
And it is kind of like a stoner movie too, actually. Like, because when I watched it recently, obviously, I had toked up a bit and I am a Star Wars geek. So to me, it was like, it was perfect.
Yeah, but some of the jokes I felt were like a little... too on the nose, with the references, like where did they do this or where did they, like this is simple questions. Like even I knew the answer to. I think like one I didn't know, but I loved the like, oh, it's been several parsecs since we last saw each other. That one I kind of thought it was fun,
but nobody then actually brought up the point, the fact that it's
no. They never explained it. It's not
because it's not a time thing. It's or is it? Wait, now I'm confused. What is a parsec?
I don't know. I think
it's in a distance, like a frame of distance,
because
a mile or something like that.
He travels. I think it's a distance. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
That's how I.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's not a distance. He travels a blah blah in blah blah parsec. So I think it's time. It's a time thing and not a distance thing. I don't know.
Exactly.
He travels through that thing in blah blah 3 point or
he made it in that many
parsecs.
14. Is that
No,
it?
it's just like a lower number.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No. It's like 12 or 14
Fuck
parsecs.
it. Now you're just pissing me off.
Yeah,
No, is
you
it?
need to get the right thing. Plus, look up what a parsec is. And then we can end on the parsec. But there are, like, all the people in this movie are semi-famous. You kind of recognize almost everyone in this movie.
Okay, it is a 1 parsec is approximately equal to 31 trillion kilometers.
There you go. So a measurement of
It
distance.
also equates to about 3.26 light years.
There you go. 3.26.
It is a length, it is
Yeah.
a distance thing, and it's parsec defined by the distance from the radius of the blah blah blah. Oh my god!
Mm-hmm. Welcome to
Han Solo parsecs.
welcome
Han
to
Solo
the world of
parsecs.
nerds.
And I'm not even a big Star Wars fan.
No,
But this shit
that-
I need to know. Okay.
This is the fun part. Just
In
seeing
less
you.
than 12 parsecs.
There you
Okay,
go.
fuck.
Yes.
Hate it, but you said 12 to 14.
Yeah, I know. But it's always
fine now. It's good. It was
But that's good that you said that because I can never remember if it's 12 or 14.
yeah. But now we know
12.
it's 12. So let's forget it till next time.
That's my birthday. 12.
Barf
My
day.
barfday.
Yeah.
So we're not going to bring up any other tips or tricks or anything. This was just
No.
like one of those nice little filler episodes in case
with this filler movie.
in case we both die and we want to trick you that we're
Mhm.
not dead. So if you're hearing this, then call my mom.
Yeah, exactly. And also, this is probably like a blast from the past because we
Yeah.
don't know when we're going to use this.
You never know.
So maybe it's been like 3 years since we recorded this.
Or it gets released before we're finished with it.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Dude, I'm tired.
I'm going to release this in 3.1 parsecs. I don't know
Nice.
what that is. I just like already forgot everything we just read.
Dude, that's like 11 light years.
Exactly. I'll release this in 11 light years. Which tells me nothing as well. Just like, I'm too stupid for this math.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
This math.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any other geeky stuff to bring
Neither
up
do I.
apart
I probably
from
have a lot.
yeah, just wanting to go home and restock the old brain with new
Mm-hmm.
tips and tricks for you guys.
Exactly.
So
get our sponsor in collaboration with Pornhub. And
yeah.
No.
Anything else you can binge jerk to?
Binge jerk.
Um,
Also sponsored by
exactly.
like hand softeners. Yeah, I have nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing. All right. So hopefully you're not going to waste time anymore because now you know that you never will unless you are sort of a slave, according to Ilias. But
What?
My words, not his.
Okay.
Waste your time well.
Waste your time well.
Yes.
Consciously.
And with that said,
From us to you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Love you guys.
Love you.
Toodaloo, motherfucker!
There